Hey, good morning, everybody. Going to go over our trades for Friday, February 6th. Non-farm payroll day came out. More jobs created in the month of January, although somehow unemployment ticked up by 1/10%, even though the government says more jobs were created than expected. Um, doesn't really make too much sense. Although labor participation rate also ticked up a little bit, 1 or 2 tenths of a percent. Not a big move there, but the employment data got everyone excited to see that more jobs were created. About 20,000 or 22,000 more jobs were created than expected for the month of January. So I guess that's a good sign. I don't know. Market was a little conflicted before the open as far as stocks go. Um, and it ended up rallying later this morning. U.S. dollar just popped on the news immediately as soon as it came out. But we had a bunch of trades that we were out of everything except for a correlation trade prior to the announcement. We had some trades, last evening, and this morning we got out of the New Zealand dollar, U.S. dollar finally. We had an opportunity to get out with a small profit. Figured let's just take it and let's take the risk off the table of the non-farm payroll. So let's go over the trades that we did have. First one you're looking at here is Australian dollar to Japanese yen. We were long this 91.680. Had a nice move up. We got out just ahead of the figure. 28 pips, adjusted for size, 7 pips. We had about 25% of our normal size. We didn't know what it was going to do with the figure. It ended up popping through the figure just temporarily, pulled right back down. And then this is this morning, the non-farm payrolls here in the United States. So we were on the right side of the trade. We didn't want to hold it coming into this over here, the non-farm payroll. And us, we're not fans of figures, so we got out just ahead of it. It was a nice trade. U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. We were long this 117.531. Took a small loss of 10.1 pips. This one we had about 30% of our normal size, so that was equal to 3 pips. And this was last night before shutting things down for the evening. No way we were going to hold this position heading into the non-farm payroll. Obviously, we were dead right. But that's a crapshoot, really. You don't know. You have no idea. No one knows what that number is going to be. If the numbers missed and the U.S. dollar sold off, you'd be looking at a big red candle down here. So that's not our style. We don't take that risk. So we lost 10 pips on that trade, or I should say 3, just for size 3 pips. Pound U.S. dollar, we were long this 1.52900. Get this out of here. Sorry, this thing pops up once in a while. Long this 1.52900. It popped for us yesterday, and it was just consolidating in here all night. Before heading off to bed, we were like, let's just get out again. Don't want to hold it coming into the non-farm payroll. Picked up 39.4 pips, adjusted for size. Just under 10 pips there, 9.8 pips. And you can see what it did. It consolidated all in that range all these hours last night for the most part. As it was rallying up this morning, heading into the number, and then bam, the number comes out and U.S. dollar sells off. So I think we made the right move. Did we leave some on the table? Probably. We had a couple of, we were sleeping here, but this morning when we came in, we seen it was up here by 1.5350. That's it's another 20 pips or so. But again, we weren't going to take that risk. Pound the yen, we were long this 179.802, sold it just before the figure, 179.955. Picked up 15.3 pips, adjusted for size. There's only 2.2 because we only had about 15% of our normal size. Again, didn't want to hold it coming into the non-farm payroll. We had 15% of our normal size because we were, risking, much further down here. We would have been right if we did hold it, but we weren't going to. Again, if we did hold it and it was the reverse, this would be a big red candle down, and we'd be getting stopped out. And instead of losing size adjusted 2.2, would be losing size adjusted 25 pips or something like that. So we'll take it. U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. This was another trade that we were We were short this. This was, I think, before. This was a full scalp trade. Yes, this was a full scalp trade before the signal for this one, which we only had 30% of. But the full scalp trade, we were short this 117.443. Made a quick 5.2 pips on it. It did come in. It came in more, right after we got out. But again, full scalps, you're looking, as you guys know, we've talked about many times, whatever you can take, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, whatever it is. And when they seem to slow down and stall out, you like to get out. This was stalling out right around the 38 to 40, 41, back and forth for a while, 15, 20 minutes. You're in a full scalp. We just grabbed it, picked up the 5.2, and then, a matter of a half an hour, 45 minutes later, it's down another 20, down near 117.30, and then eventually went down to about 117.25. New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. This was the trade that we had, that we were long 0.74146. Okay, sorry about that. We just paused the video for a second. We were long this 0.774146 back on the, what was this, the 3rd. We went long this. We had a chance to get out on this pop, but we were looking for a much bigger move. We didn't think we'd be in this position holding this long heading into the non-farm payroll. We actually debated getting out of this trade with a loss before going to bed. And we said that, you know what? We know what we're risking. We're going to hold it. We got 25% of our normal size. We had all those other trades that we got out instead of holding. So we'll see what happens when we get up in the morning. We came in this morning about 6:30, and we see this thing popping around 7:15 or so. It finally popped up right around that 0.7435, 0.7440. I think it ran over until maybe about 44, 45. So we got out, picked up 24.4 pips again. Adjusted for size, 6.1 pips. So we'll take it. We made a good move on that trade. We would still be in this thing if we didn't get out, because it didn't even come near our stop yet. Matter of fact, we were in this whole time at this level when we were long earlier, throughout these 3 days. So, we could have not got out, and we still think this trade's going to work out. If this thing can hold basically 0.73, there's a good chance that this thing continues to run up. And if it does run, it can make a move to 0.76, about close to 200 pips from where we bought it. But we're out of it now. So if you're still in it, there's nothing wrong with holding it, because you didn't get stopped out. The reasons we bought it are still there. Buyers could step in at any moment. The non-farm payroll adversely affected position. That might just be temporary, though. Then we had a correlation trade with Euro US dollar to Euro pound that we had on. We mentioned it in yesterday's video that we were holding it, and we did hold it all the way up, and even till after the non-farm payroll. We were down pretty much the whole time on the position. Never down a whole ton. We were short this and long Euro pound. So on this, we ended up making 49.6 pips on this move on the downside. And Euro pound, we were long 74.906. We ended up losing 54.2 pips. So overall, we lost 4.6 pips on the trade. So, not a big deal. We were down more than that. We were down less than that. We were really never positive on the trade. So we'll take the loss and move on. The correlation narrowed after the non-farm payroll. So we took advantage of it just to cut the loss and move on. So that's it. 8 trades, pulled out 22.7 pips. Not great, but not too bad either. It's been an extremely busy week, especially the last 3 or 4 days. Every day getting 7, 8 trades, whatever it is. So, if you're still in anything, good luck. If any signals come out that will be coming your way, probably won't. There's only a few hours left, and we'll be looking to get ready to trade again on Sunday evening. Do some research and whatnot. But if you are in any trades now, good luck. If you're still in that New Zealand dollar, US dollar, the reasons we bought it still remain. So good luck with that. And we'll be back Monday, assuming we get some action. Have a great weekend.